Hey everyone, welcome back to That's It with Cheryl. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited for tomorrow night documentary making of the bad boy in regards to Sean Diddy Combs. And a lot of people are coming out and exposing his dirty little secrets, his inappropriate behaviors that's been happening over the last decade. And it just reminds me of what happened with R. Kelly, that a lot of people were accusing him of having sex with underage girls, and no one didn't believe him, and how R. Kelly, taped, them having sex and stuff like that. And then there was documentaries in regards to R. Kelly, how evil and deranged he was, and people were coming out and speaking about it when they actually knew what he was doing. They were actually feeding off his disgusting addiction of young children, of like raping them and having sex with them, and they knew about it. And then some of them were not aware, like his ex-wife Andrea Kelly. She was not aware of it, but there was other people in R. Kelly's camp knew about it and said nothing. And then now, when I did watch the documentaries back in the day, and then they want to come out the woodwork and give their story, say their piece, when they should have done it a long time ago. But again, when money talks, money walks. When you get paid a lot of money, you shut up and you don't say anything. And that's exactly what's happening with Sean Diddy Combs. A lot of people have seen things, and they said nothing. They did nothing because they were too afraid. They were too afraid to come out and report it. They were too afraid of Sean Diddy Combs. And I'm like, even though Sean Diddy Combs has money and power and a lot of influence and a lot of people in his back pocket, he is not God. Okay? He is not God. The only person we should be fearing, if you are a believer or not, is our Heavenly Father. We should be fearing Him. We should be feeling the wrath of Him, of Jesus Christ, when we do things bad or do things inappropriate, not man. Sean Diddy Combs is just a man. The only difference is he has money and he knows people and he has connections. Okay? People fear this guy like he's just some god, and he's not God. He's not. He's just an ordinary person, but he just has money. Period. Okay? Just money. And I get it at a certain point why certain people did not go and reported it, because one, he threatened them, especially if he at such a young age. He probably threatened some of these people, saying that no one's not going to believe you. They know me. I'm the most high profile, celebrity in the world. So who's going to believe you? So if you could tell a young person that, yes, it's going to affect their mindset. And then they're going to say, oh, shoot, he's probably right. Who's going to believe me? I'm just an average person, and he's just a high profile celebrity. No one's not going to take my word for it. They're obviously going to believe him. So yes, that's a whole psychological game that you can play with someone. And he knew it too. He knew it. So I can understand that standpoint. My thing is when his crew, meaning that his staff and other people who knew about it, grown adults knew about it, said nothing because they were under his payroll. It doesn't matter. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. I just don't understand how people can sleep at night knowing that what this man has done to underage girls and boys, and sexually assaulted men and women, and done so many inappropriate things, drugging them, sex trafficking, hiring, what's the word? Hiring prostitutes, and said nothing, drugging them, say nothing. I don't know how they sleep at night and thinking that that's okay, thinking that that could be one of your children, your nieces, your nephew, your mother, your grandma. You know where I'm getting at. It just, I don't understand that. For me, in my opinion, you could not pay me enough. I would have quit that job. I'm sorry. Again, I don't know people's circumstances. You have, they might be a single mother or a single father, and they had to do what they have to do to make money. But you know what? My soul and my conscience is more, not clear, but that's more important than money. I would do what I have to do to find another job to make ends meet. But just to work with the devil and deal with the devil like that, no, I'm sorry. I would have quit my job. That was just me. I would quit my job and find something else and report this man. I would report it. Whether someone believed me a lot or not, pardon me, at least for me, I did the right thing by going to the authorities, whether they believe me or not, going to the reporters, going to the FBI, obviously you got to have some type of proof of evidence before you accuse or make accusations to someone. Yes. But if you have that proof or something happened to you, and you have a strong support system, family system, and friends to back you up and to go to the authorities, you should do it. And I feel like maybe some of them didn't have that support system because they were fearful of Sean Diddy Combs and his bodyguards and people that are around him, that they put fear in these people that didn't say anything. I'm sorry, I don't fear anyone. The only person I fear is God. I fear him. I fear the wrath of him. I don't fear anyone else. And I feel like people should not fear men. Man, excuse me. Okay. And the thing is, he's just a human being, just like everyone else. And I get it at that point and at that time. It was a different time that, he was just getting big and he just had Bad Boy Records. He signed a lot of artists and he was just getting more hype, more bigger and bigger. So yes, I get that standpoint. But my point is, like, I just don't understand how people can sleep at night when they've seen things that has been going on and actually not said anything. And now there's documentaries coming out and now they want to tell their story. Now they want to talk. Where were you back then? And again, like I said, and I just want to be clear, I'm very sympathetic and I get it. They couldn't at the time, but there's no but. However, I just feel like they should have said something. Again, I don't know what they did. Some of the people that are talking right now, maybe they went to the authorities, maybe they went to the reporters, they didn't believe them. I don't know. I know that for me, if I was in that situation back in the 90s and early 2000s, I would have you better best believe I would have tried my darn best for someone to hear me. And I would not even go and listen to threats of Sean Diddy Combs. If he killed me, he killed me. At least I try to put the story out. At least I try to report what's been happening, inappropriate things. And if I die, at least my conscience is clear and my hands are clean and I did the right thing by reporting. But just me seeing things and the freak off parties and stuff that he has done allegedly, and just to go to bed and sleep at night and have my head laying on a pillow and actually not say anything, I don't know how I can live with myself. And I don't know how other people that has seen things that has been going on for over a decade can live with themselves like that. How do you have peace? How do you sleep at night? And thinking that you're not going to deal with the repercussion of your actions, whether you didn't supply the drugs or whether you didn't participate, you were there, whoever you are, and they know who they are. You were there. You actually seen the stuff that Sean Diddy Combs has done, and you said nothing. You did nothing. So you're just as guilty as him. Just like the same situation with R. Kelly. People who were involved and seen things, they're just as guilty. Whether you didn't participate or not, you actually knew, you saw what was happening, and you didn't say anything because the money was more important than helping an innocent child, an innocent children at the time. Money was more important. That's the thing I don't understand. Like, you're not going to take all this crap with you when we leave this earth. You know what I mean? You're not going to take it. So I just don't understand why people don't do the moral thing and do the right thing. It's like money is just so super important. What about having decency? What about doing the right thing? I just don't get it. But I'm happy to hear that, a lot of people are coming out and telling their stories about Sean Diddy Combs, his behavior, things that he has done. There's one woman, Sarah Rivers. If you don't know her, she was from making the band too. And I'm going to show you an image of her. The one that's the red circle, that's her from making the band too. And she's exposing all the inappropriate things that Sean Diddy Combs has done to her. Allegedly, that she said that Sean Diddy Combs sexually assaulted her, and she's mentioning, and this is bits and clips that I saw previews of. I have not watched the documentary yet, so I just want to be clear. It starts tomorrow night at Peacock, but she says in one of her interviews that when Sean Diddy Combs gets angry, this is what he says. When he gets angry with one of my band members, he said, "You make me so mad, I want to eat your flesh," she allegedly said. Then he said to another one of my band members, "You rolling your eyes? I can go and get a crackhead and pay them $20 to smack the shit out of you." Who says that? That's some crazy unhinged person who would say that to a band member. Like, that's just so inappropriate. It's so unprofessional to say that to your band members that you're trying to mentor. Like get serious. I just feel like with the power, the money, all this stuff that was floating in his head, that he can just talk to his band members, that one of the band members, that way. You don't speak to someone that way. You're supposed to mentor them. You're supposed to give them directions and be kind and be respectful. But see, a lot of people took that abuse because he was Sean Diddy Combs. Like he signed, Biggie, he signed Faith Evans, Mary J. Blige, among other people, Heavy D, and all these, amazing celebrities. So of course you're going to take the abuse, and I feel like that's just disgusting. It's just unprofessional, and it's just wrong. No one doesn't deserve to take abuse like that. Point blank. Period. I don't care who you are. Other people are telling their story as well, from Danny Lee Kane, Don Richard, Audrey all day, among other people as well, which I'm looking forward to hearing their stories. What has been going on behind the scenes of Making a Band. I know I seen the first season of Making a Band, which I absolutely love. I just love, the show. When I used to watch it, I used to love Diddy, trying to make a band group, and just his work ethics and everything. I had no idea like stuff was like going on behind the scenes, the stuff that he mistreated people. I knew he was tough, okay, to the point that he had the band members, walk from the Brooklyn Bridge all the way to Manhattan to get cheesecake and juniors. In my opinion, that was very extreme. But, a lot of people did it because they wanted a better life. They wanted to be in a band. They wanted to change their circumstances. Rightfully so. I think I would have done it too if I was, young and I was, very hungry and I really wanted it. I probably would have done it. It's really ridiculous and absurd that you will walk that. Well, how was it? Like 8 miles? Not 8 miles. I don't know. It was a long walk. Brooklyn Bridge to Manhattan. That's a lot of walking. That's a lot of walking, you guys. I don't know if I would have done. I probably would. I don't know. If I was that hungry and I really wanted to be in a band, if I were in that mindset as young at the time, I would have done it, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to front. I probably would. Now, no, absolutely not. I would not do that at all. But anyway, but yeah, I just wanted to give my input in regards to this. I'm definitely looking forward to watching the documentary tomorrow. And then I want to talk about it even more about it. But it's just not a lot of people coming from the woodwork. And I just wish that, a lot of people who knew about it before would have just stepped up and said something. For me, in my opinion, you couldn't pay me enough to keep my mouth shut. I definitely would have reported it if it was me being assaulted or raped or whatever. Especially I have a good support system with my family and friends. God forbid that would have happened to me. I don't think I would have backed down. I definitely would have reported, because I'm like, if I don't say anything, then he would do it to someone else, and then someone else and someone else. It's like a domino effect, and then nothing would change. And then I'm just going to wait until 20 years later or 30 years later to say something. No. For me, I fear God more. And if Sean Diddy Combs would have, God forbid, killed me because I reported him, you know what? He killed me. At least I did the right thing and reported his ass and told the authorities that he did this to me. Whether they believe me or not, at least I did it. Then I would have go to the next person, next precinct, another precinct, reporters. I would have do whatever I can to expose that bastard. That's just me. Because the only person I fear is God, and the only person who will help me get through this is my Lord and Savior, not threats from Sean Diddy Combs or his bodyguards or his grooms. That's just me. That's just me. If I was in that situation, everyone is different, and I'm not judging. At the time, people had to do what's best for them. They were fearful of Sean Diddy Combs at the time. And now that he's locked up, now that a lot of lawsuits are coming out, now a lot of people are speaking out now. A lot of people are not afraid anymore. A lot of people are speaking out. Some of them are covering their identity. Some of them are Jane Doe or John Doe. Okay, fine. I get it. Personally, I wouldn't do that. I would just show my face and say, yes, this is the man that sexually assaulted me. Yes, this is the man that drugged me. I said, no, this is him. because I don't fear anyone. I fear God. That's it. And like Kim Porter, she knew what was happening. She saw some inappropriate things in that tape. And you know what she did? The woman made copies. Okay, she made copies and then she made a book because no one was not going to believe her because she knew what type of man he was. She knew. She knew. So she had to have proof and evidence to back herself up just in case something happened to her. And sure enough, she risked her life. She risked not seeing her children to expose that bastard. And look what happened. She ended up dead in the process, trying to expose him by writing a book. And he knew. He got a head start because that's how psycho and deranged he is, because he had her taped. Okay. He had her phone tapped. He had recordings of her. He had her follow. Unhinged person. Who does that? Who does that? Controlling. So he had the upper hand, and she exposed him, saying that she's going to tell people what he has been doing. Okay. He didn't like that. So allegedly he killed her. I believe he killed her, allegedly. No 47-year-old who was healthy as a horse just died off of ammonia. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. And like I said in my my last past videos, that they should do an open investigation in regards to Kim Porter, because I believe that Sean Diddy Combs has something to do with her death. Period. She was about to expose him. She was about to write a book, and he didn't want that leaking out, and he put a stop to it by ending that woman's life, the beautiful soul that she was. May she rest in peace. Okay? So, with that being said, she tried, knowing the risks, knowing that she may not see her children. She knew the risk, and she did it anyway. And that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes we have to take that leap of faith and trust God and have let God take care of it. And even though she even said, Kim Porter, even though something's going to happen to me, but at least the truth is going to come out. Either way, she said. I'm just paraphrasing what she said in her book. Either way. And sure enough, stuff are coming out. Things are coming to the light. When you have things hidden in the dark, things are coming to the light. So, and I have nieces of my own. So I just can't see myself if I witness something and I just turn a blind eye and not say or do anything when I have nieces of my own. No. If I see something, I'm going to say something. Point blank, period. If it's the rest of my life, but not rest of my, if it's my life affected by it, no, meaning that if I'm going to get killed by it, but at least I did the right thing. At least my conscience is clear. Okay? And then I'd be in the kingdom of heaven by me doing the right thing instead of me turning a blind eye and not saying anything. That's not how I roll, and that's not how I do things. You couldn't pay me enough to keep my mouth shut. You couldn't pay me enough to keep silent. No. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter the amount of money you give me or give anyone else. I'm going to do the right thing, whether you like it or not. Point blank, period. And I guess with some people, when you deal with the devil, like Sean Diddy Combs, you're going to deal with the consequences at the end. You're going to deal with the wrath of God. And some people, they took the money and they ran with it. And sometimes when you do that, there's consequences behind it. There's definitely consequences behind it when you make the deal with the devil. And I feel like a lot of people have made deals with the devil with Sean Diddy Combs, and some of the stuff is coming back to them. And I'm ready for it. And I know a lot of people are ready for it. A lot of things are going to be exposed. Like Cat Williams says, like a lot of people say, 2025 is the year that a lot of celebrities and politicians and judges, police officers, whoever was involved in this, a lot of things are going to be exposed, names and everything. So I'm ready for it, and I won't be surprised with some of the names that does come out. I may be surprised. It depends on who the names that do come out. I might be surprised. I have my theory and my suspicions, but I'm just going to wait until the names are released, or maybe videos. I don't know, but I'm going to wait for it. But we're just going to stay tuned. But please check out the documentary tomorrow on Peacock, Making of a Bad Boy. And we're just going to hear a lot of crazy stuff. So this is just like history repeating itself with R. Kelly. And now it is Sean Diddy Combs' turn now to be exposed of the bastard that he is. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know your comments and your thoughts in regards to the documentary that's going to be airing on Peacock tomorrow. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I would love to hear your thoughts in regards to the documentary of Sean Diddy Combs. Thank you so much for watching. That's it with Cheryl, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.